This is Architect Sanjeev Mehta, and I am the Principal Architect of the team AA, Ethique Architects and Associates. We will be showcasing one of our gated community projects, which is based in Maharashtra in a Pune district. The plot situated is in the outskirts of Pune, and the size of the plot is approximately around 8.5 acres. Now, this project being in the outskirts of Pune, the developer wanted to make it a real good landmark, which can really attract the people living in the city to come and stay over there as a permanent house and not the secondary house. Now that itself was a challenge in designing this kind of a situation, because the plot, since being in outskirts of Pune, there is no road, no electricity, no water, so everything needs to be generated on the basis of the site conditions. Apart from this, there is also one more big challenge. Since being a market being too volatile, the developer wanted to do this project in the phases. So that's how it came to our mind that the whole project, even though we designed in a phases, it should look at the end of the project, it should look like a one complete project. Now, since the project was designed in such a way that we wanted the people from the city to migrate to the outskirts of Pune with a better lifestyle and a better living, that's how we decided to make it a concept in such a way that it is a community in a large community. And that's how we designed the whole project in the phases, so that the end of the project, it looked like a one complete project, and wherever the project stopped, it looked like a complete done project. Now, the plot given was a typical rectangle plot with slightly skewed on the left hand corner. The north was facing down, so that we took the proper entry in the northeast corner. This was the part of the main entry where we decided to take it. Now, being a rectangle project, we tried to make it in not a conventional one, putting all the blocks in one linear fashion. We decided to make the whole project in a form of a growing tree. That's how the concept, we designed the central arterial road in a form of a nice stem. And then this all branches as a typical formation of the trees which took place in the basic formations of the design. And we decided to make most of the community living at the end of the road. Now, when we designed this, there's a lot of voids were created, so we decided to have more of a green spaces inside the voids to have a maximum privacy between the two community plots. And that's how the whole community design in a manner of a continuous formation of the tree. So if you see the overall layout, it's been designed in a way that it's a main branch which we call as a trunk, and these are the main branches which internal road. The individual cluster has been designed in such a way that it forms a C block, which itself forms a nice inbuilt community with a central courtyard. So the basic block massing what we designed was in a C formation with a central courtyard over here. So this becomes a very nice interaction space over here. Now, when we designed the C type of the thing, the other challenges which arise was the wind movement, the privacy, and the other details. So we decided to take all the 6 blocks in such a way that there is a wind movement from here, and from here. So we decided to take the blocks in a massing in such a way that it goes cavity over here, a cavity, a decent cavity, so that all the wind movement can easily pass from that cavity and the central area become more airy. So the interaction space become much more nice and a welcoming area for all the people to interact in that particular community. This becomes a central courtyard common garden, and we have given a complete private garden on the rear side to maintain more of a privacy of a private garden on the rear side. So all these blocks have their own private garden which maintain the large privacy for them. Now, the other challenge is what we faced during designing this was when we are doing the C type of a construction, there comes with a lot of overlooking inside the plot. So we came up with a different kind of a section in the central courtyard, which is a common area. We decided to have a nice grown up tree. So that the privacy is properly maintained. And that's how the overall concept of the community living comes into the space. So each block consists of a 6 unit which goes into every multiple of 6 or 5 or 3, and that's how the complete overall development of this housing has been designed, so that any time of the day it looks like a complete project and it becomes a one complete family as shown on the tree concept. As discussed, the road pattern normally any would have taken as a straight or a linear one, but here we tried to balance things in a nice curvature form which gets the maximum privacy and it gives a nice form to all the units, and it also makes a very interesting feature. Now after all the development and the blocks were placed, and the landscape was designed in such a way that it takes care of more of the privacy of the individual and it enhances the beauty, and we designed the overall courtyard at every corner in a different style. Maybe some must be having a fountain, some with large trees, so that every courtyard becomes more of an interactive space and it becomes much more gelling with the complete environment. Now as far as the design is concerned, it was to the full satisfaction of the developer. Well, I would not like to skip out the bottom line that the project went completely to my client expectation, but in fact it went much more to a higher success, and the people today what they are living over there are much more happily living, and they are fully satisfied with the design, and the overall layout as itself speaks about it. Thank you.